These three men had been drifting at sea for a week. During that time, they hadn't eaten anything. Jack suddenly spotted a shark on the surface of the water. He seized the opportunity and grabbed the shark by its tail in one swift motion. With all his strength, he yanked the shark onto the boat. A shark about 5 feet long was hauled onto the rubber raft by the three men working together. Before the shark could react, one of them picked up a knife and stabbed it twice in the head. The shark, which had been thrashing just moments before, instantly went limp. As they stared at the dying king of the ocean, their eyes gleamed with greed. They cut open the shark's belly and removed its organs. The three men began to eat eagerly. On the 27th day of their drifting, they were still aimlessly floating on the ocean. Suddenly, Jack thought he heard the sound of an airplane engine. He looked up at the sky, and sure enough, he saw a plane flying low overhead. Seeing this sign of hope, he quickly pulled out a flare gun and fired a signal flare. They thought they would be rescued soon, but to their surprise, the plane kept flying farther and farther away. Just as they were about to lose hope, the plane suddenly turned around and came back. What they didn't know was that it was actually an enemy fighter jet. As the fighter approached, the gunner on board began to shoot at them. The three men had no time to think, and quickly jumped into the sea to dodge the bullets. Only after the fighter jet passed by did they dare to slowly climb back onto the raft. By then, they were completely exhausted, but to their shock, the plane turned around and came back again. They barely had time to catch their breath when Jack hurriedly urged his teammates to get back in the water. It wasn't until Jack jumped in that he realized he was the only one who did. The raft had been riddled with bullet holes, looking like a sieve. Feeling anxious, Jack quickly swam back to the surface. Luckily, Bob and Tom were still alive, and the enemy fighter had left. When Jack saw the raft slowly losing air, he hurried to find some glue to patch it up. Right at that moment, a shark tried to attack them. Normally the most timid, Bob finally mustered his courage this time. He grabbed an oar and began beating the shark furiously. Eventually, the shark became dazed and reluctantly swam away. As time went by, the three men lay exhausted on the raft. Not only were they exposed to the scorching sun every day, but they also had to constantly guard against enemy aircraft. Yet they still hadn't given up hope of survival. But in the end, Bob couldn't hold on and lost his life. Jack and Tom could only suppress their grief and gently let Bob slip into the sea, returning him to the ocean's embrace. By the 45th day, Tom had become skin and bones, unable to see any hope. He lay down next to Jack, ready to accept death. But soon after, a large ship approached them.